everybody. I am doing my first live cooking show. So I'm so glad that you have joined us. If you would say hi in the chat so that I know that you're out there. And I am going to be making chocolate peanut butter lava cake and buffalo chicken dip. So if you would post a hello, or if you have any questions along the way, totally let me know. Move all of my products over here so you can see everything. Okay, so my name is Laura, and I am a Pampered chef consultant, and I have a handful of parties going on right now. So if you're in one of the parties, make sure that you post party at the bottom. And I have about to be a house full of kids for a pool party. So I need some like kid-friendly food. So I am going to start with the peanut butter lava cake, which is a kind of like Pampered Chef like staple. So if you have made this before, or you've heard of this before, totally put it in the chat. It's actually my first time making this. I've been with Pampered Chef for 3 years. And when I heard about this the first time, I was like, what is that madness? That sounds amazing. So I didn't have a reason to make it until now, and now I'm really excited. So I sent my kids out to get all of the ingredients for it, so that we can make it today live. So we're going to start with the chocolate peanut butter lava cake, and forgive me for reading, but that's just what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so I've got a package of deviled food cake, which is chocolate. Pop that in. This is the Rock Crock Dutch oven, and believe it or not, we're actually going to cook this in the microwave. So I'm going to make this first so that it possibly could be done by the time our live video is done, so I can show it to you. Okay, so then I've got 2 eggs, which I went ahead and like got them all ready. So losing my words there. Okay. So I've got 2 eggs that just went in, and then I've got a half a cup of oil, and then these are the silicone prep bowls, which when I'm doing like especially a couple of recipes at once, I run out of measuring cups. So I use these to prep things so that I can do them quickly. They also have lids that come with them, so it makes it really, really easy to store. Earlier I made something with onions in it, and I had like a chunk of onions and some onions that I diced that I didn't need. I threw them all in there and threw it in the refrigerator. Okay, then I need water. Okay, so far I have 2 eggs, a package of Devil's Food Cake, half cup of oil, and a cup and a quarter of water. Okay, next up I'm going to use my Flex Plus. And I should have pulled these out earlier. This is what I ran into earlier. So the Flex Plus system has an arm right here that goes with a handful of different products. So there's a hand mixer, and then there's an emulsion blender, which is my current favorite, and then a food processor, which is super cool. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. There's like a safety down here, then you hit this, and then you turn this so that you don't mix any little fingers if you've got little friends helping you. So I'm just mixing this in the rock crock. Saves me from using the KitchenAid mixer and then having to clean everything. And just make it right in the pan. The rock crock can go on the stove and in the microwave and in the oven and on the grill, which is a really, really versatile. With the edges that I'm missing. Okay. And if you're just joining us, pop on and say hello. Get that over here. Okay, so I've got my cake, and now I need to add all of the yummy stuff. Okay, so I'm using a large scoop to add peanut butter to the cake mix, and then chocolate chips. So I don't actually need the scoop, which is listed. I'm just going to use our measure all cup. And I went ahead and pre-did that because I wasn't sure how messy it was going to be on film. So, all right, well that worked out great. Okay, and then I got my chocolate chips, and I think it was a cup of each. Yeah, a cup of each. And then I'm going to gently stir the ingredients. So let me grab. They've updated our silicone utensils, and they are amazing. And they're a little bit shorter, which fits in my utensil holder and underneath the cabinet just a little bit better. So I'm actually really enjoying them. So just kind of mix it up. Made this like big blob in the middle, which I would imagine that's where the lava comes from. Okay, so we don't want to lose that. Let me get a scraper. Let's try that one. As much as I try to have everything ready, everything's never ready when I go live. So if you have any questions or want to say hello, go ahead and say hi. I'm a little bit far away from the camera, so I'll have to like stop and look in a second. Okay, let me set those aside. Alrighty, then I microwave for 9 to 11 minutes, and that's it. So I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. And if you're just popping on, this is a chocolate peanut butter lava cake. And I'm making it because my daughter is having a pool party tonight, so we need some kid-friendly foods. Okay, so next up, I'm going to make buffalo chicken dip. The cool thing about this is you can make it in the multi-pot, the multi-cooker. So let me see if I can get it over here just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna make it in the multi-cooker, and then I can leave it on warm. So we're gonna leave for a couple hours, and then her friends aren't coming over for a while. So I can just kind of leave it on warm, and it won't like overcook it, which is really fantastic. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is heat the chicken and hot pepper sauce, which I used Frank's. That's pretty much the only like hot sauce that I really know that I like. And we're going to heat it over medium heat, which I'm going to actually do in here. So I'm going to put it on sear and pull it down, and that'll go ahead and start. And then I can cook without the lid on, which is super cool. I went ahead and rinsed the chicken ahead of time, so you didn't have to watch me or listen to me off camera do that. So, all right, and then I'm going to add the 3/4 cup of hot pepper sauce, which I put just a little bit extra in because I used 2 cans of chicken that were actually 12 ounces instead of 10 ounces, so I added a little bit extra to that. So while this is cooking, I'm going to use my Mix and Chop, which is like one of our most iconic products. It's such a great product. And what I'm doing is going into the chicken and then twisting. So it's some big chunks in there, and I don't want that. So get those all broken up. It's great for hamburger, all kinds of things. So next thing I need to measure, and this is kind of like my little kitchen hack for you, is when you have something like ranch that you're going to pour into a measuring cup and it's going to get stuck all over the sides, pour the red hot in first, and leave like the residue in there, and then the ranch will come out a little bit easier when you go to use that. So I need a cup of ranch. If you're just popping on, say hello. If you got big plans this weekend, I'd love to know what you're up to, or if you're making dinner, I'd love to know what you're making. We're having friends over tonight for pool. Lane's having friends over, and so looking for some kid-friendly foods. Okay, so it says to heat that for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll add some of the other things. So I'm gonna go ahead while it's cooking, go ahead and cut up my celery, because you know, my hope is that they'll always reach for the vegetable over the chips, but you know how that goes. So celery, and it may end up like something yummy for me to eat for the rest of the weekend, but you know, maybe somebody out there likes vegetables. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna do a rough chop on that with the coated knife. I love this knife. It's not only beautiful, but functional and sharpenable and all of that. The other thing is my knife block is like super packed because we love different kinds of knives. So the fact that it has a sleeve that you can put on it makes it really easy to put in a cabinet or a drawer instead of needing more space on my knife block. I usually, when I'm cutting, this one looks kind of yucky, I'm gonna take that one out there. when I'm cutting celery, I do tend to leave the rubber band on because it helps me pull it together. And this is like the biggest celery I think I've ever seen. So apparently celery is in season. This is, oh boy, yep, there's my first whiff of Frank's red hot sauce. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so yummy. And since kids are coming over later, I'm just gonna cap this and then pop it into the refrigerator. I'm gonna leave this on warm, so it'll be all ready when we get back and there are kids here. And then I might reheat the cake so that it's nice and gooey later. So, and then we've got ice cream to go with that too. Almost done over here. Got these little cores in there. Okay, I think that's probably plenty for now. So I'll cover that up and put it in the refrigerator in a minute. Gets a nice snap on there. Scooch this out of the way. Okay. Next up, we need to add stirring cream cheese and ranch dressing. And it's 2 blocks of cream cheese softened. So I've had these out for like a half an hour or so. Just kind of hanging so that they were ready to go. I've got the cream cheese and then cream cheese and ranch dressing. So I'm gonna dump my ranch dressing in. And I hope that you can see like how much that like fell out of there instead of getting stuck on the cup. So if you've got like a recipe that you're using and you've got an oil or a vinegar and then something else that's like more of a creamy base, if you put the oil or vinegar in first and then use that and then put in your creamy one, it'll slide out better and you don't lose half of your stuff that you've measured, which is kind of frustrating to have to get a bunch of stuff out to be able to like pull out the extra on there that you need, and your measurements end up all weird. And it's making a mess. Let me get it. Okay, let's switch over to my spatula. And our spatulas are stain resistant, so you can use spatulas in something like a red hot sauce and it won't stain it, which is pretty cool. Still need to figure out like when that like magic person comes in and like cleans up my messes after I clean. I haven't figured that one out. Maybe I can bribe the kids with some buffalo sauce. Alright, so I'm going to let that kind of cook down just a little bit. Okay, cook until well blended, and then you're going to add cheese and transfer it to the slow cooker, which we don't need to do. And we use half of the cheese and then put the cheese on the top, and then we cook it on low. So I'm going to heat that up just a little bit for a couple more minutes so that as much as I always think we make enough buffalo chicken dip, it's always gone. Like instantly, always gone. Like it doesn't matter if I like make one batch or I double the batch or I think I have made too much. Like I don't know what happens. Like it just, I don't know. It's got some wonderful addictive product in it. I have no idea. Okay, so next up I'm going to add half of the cheese. Mix that in. And our cake has 48 seconds, so how perfect is that? You're supposed to let it sit for 5 minutes, but I'll pull it out so that you can see it. Alright, I think we are good. So next up I'm going to sprinkle cheese on the top. And then this can go on slow cook and be good to go. So there's that. I'm trying to tilt it. Like, yeah, isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Need like this smell-o-vision to happen. Okay, so I am going to cancel this. And I'm going to put it on slow cook because we're going to be on for a while. So, all the beeping. There we go. Sometimes we torture the kids by making everything beep at one time. So everything has different pitches and it drives them crazy. So, okay. All right. I don't know how this is not hot being in there for 10 minutes, or for 9 minutes, but it is like not hot and you can like grab it out of there, which is super cool. But check this out. So there's our lava cake. And on the inside, there will be the ooey gooey chocolate and peanut butter, and it will be so amazing, and it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and if you would like to host your own party, I am doing live cooking shows as part of the virtual party. So at this point, I'm not doing in-home. At some point, I might do in-home parties, but at this point, I will do a cooking show during your party, so it's kind of the best of both. If you are interested in the deluxe multi-cooker, they are on sale right now for all of our power tools are on sale for $100 off. And if you host, you can get it for even less or free. So the deluxe multi-cooker right now is $199. So usually it's $299. And then the air fryer is $189, the blender is $249, and then the Flex Plus system, which is the hand mixer and the system there, that is $229, which is an awesome deal. If you are watching me going, I think I could do that, first of all, yes you can. And I would love to show you how, and we have starter kits starting as low as $50, and they're customizable, which is super cool. So if you're interested in potentially doing what I do, I would love to show you how. And then I have one more. My taste buds, which I wasn't expecting, actually showed up today. And I am going to open it live. So here's the taste buds. This is our subscription service. And it comes every month, and it's a set of spices with recipes that are curated. So, and then it has a whole set of like other recipes if you need other ideas. But legit I haven't even peeked to see what's in this. Sometimes I do, but I haven't this time. So I'm gonna do an unbox real quick. Okay, August, which is busy weeknight winners. So we've got meatball skillet, vegetarian black bean enchiladas, and then pork chops with apples and kale. Those look amazing. Okay, so the first one is the meatball skillet, which goes, let's see, it is the bell pepper and herb rub. And then they give you lots of other ways to use it. So you can either use the recipe that's on the back, you can swap the different kinds of cheeses, so they give you some ideas for that. And then they add like that you should like maybe put pesto bread with it. And then also you could use it like in an omelet or toasting ravioli, which is super cool. I love that they give you subs, because sometimes like it has, if it's a dessert or things, maybe I want to use it a different way if I don't want the sugars. Okay, so next up is vegetarian black bean enchiladas, which look beautiful. And the Tex-Mex rub, which I've never had this, and I'm really excited because I think they teased this at convention, but didn't, but we don't have it yet, so I'm really excited. So they give you ways to make crema and cowboy cornbread, which sounds amazing. And then lots of other swaps, like you can swap the flour tortillas for corn tortillas. But what I find is that like all of these recipes are pretty close in calories to what I'm looking for, which is awesome. And if it has too many carbs, like for what I need, I can swap out the carb for something else. Okay, and then pork chops with apples and kale, and that's the rotisserie seasoning, which is super yummy. And then you can make hash browns or croutons, and then there are lots of subs for that. And then they snuck a little sneaky one in here. So our rituals, which is kale and fiber, this is what I call these like hide-a-veggies. So you can add them to things, like if you've got people in your house that maybe don't like veggies, it's a great sneaky way to add veggies. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message. Thank you so much for coming. If you watched it live, put live in the comments. And then if you watched the replay, put replay. If you're on a party, tell me who your host is. And then if you are one of my Tasty Tidbits VIPs, please put that in the comments so that I know that you are on here. So I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.